A big part of annual planning is tax planning. And unfortunately, the government is probably going to take 50% of whatever you make. Regardless of what you think about the tax rates, we all know one thing, and that is we want to pay the least amount we legally have to every year in taxes. So what is the proper process for doing this? Unfortunately, what happens for most people is at the end of the year, they call their tax guy up and say, what do I need to do to pay less in taxes? And they're 2 weeks to the end of the year and their tax guy goes, go spend a bunch of money. Well, wait, hold on, time out. How is that an organized way to make sure we're spending money on things we actually need? And do we really need to do that, or are there other things that we could do to appropriately plan for taxes? As a business owner, most of you are going to be in pass-through entities. What I'm talking about here are partnerships, LLCs, S-corps, things like that, where the taxes pass through to you as the business owner. If that's the case, you're required by the IRS to make quarterly estimated tax payments of at least 90% of this year's estimated tax burden, or 110% of last year's, to avoid any penalties. What does that mean for you? Well, unfortunately, the IRS isn't on our quarters. You have to pay on April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. Not even on the calendar quarters. What a total screwball mess. So how do you do it? Here's the best practices that I know. Work with a CPA. What you want is a CPA who really wants to do tax planning, not tax preparation. Get with them at least once a quarter. Get them your financials, go talk to them, and figure out what's going on, because these tax laws in our country are changing at least, on average, once every 9 months. That means there might be an opportunity for you that if you wait to the end of the year, you might miss. So let's make sure you get out there, plan quarterly, pay quarterly, stay up to date, and don't end up in a situation that most of us find ourselves in, which is panicking with 2 weeks left in the year to try to do something crazy just to reduce our tax burden. Plan your business effectively, plan it accordingly, and you'll have a nice, smooth transition. And most importantly, you'll never pay more in taxes than are absolutely necessary.